What's up guys, Case and Renee here from 4 Barrel CrossFit, and today we're talking about thrusters. So go ahead and hit a couple good reps for me. In the thruster, essentially what we're doing is coming from a front squat, driving through the legs, creating as much momentum into that bar as we can, and then finishing with the press out overhead. So setup on thruster. We're going to be shoulder width on the feet, good squat stance, toes either straight forward or slightly pointed out, hands a couple inches outside the shoulders, full fingertips on the bar, but we do want somewhat of a loose grip so that she can establish this nice front rack position with relatively high elbows. From here, she's going to find the bottom position of the thruster, which is essentially the front squat, keeping the knees either directly over the toes or a little bit outside the toes, and fighting to keep those elbows as upright as possible so that that barbell stays over her center of gravity. As she comes out of the bottom, she's going to drop the head back, and then as the barbell clears the head, she's going to go ahead and punch the head and the chest back through the window so that the barbell finishes right over top of her spine and her leg. Go ahead and give me a couple smooth reps. So on consistent reps, right as that barbell gets ready to hit her shoulder, she's sinking back into the squat position so there's no pause whatsoever. It's smooth, continuous repetitions. From here, we're going to talk about a few faults that we typically see in the thruster. Go ahead and come back to that front rack position. First one is elbows getting low. A lot of times people start with a low elbow. From here, we're already starting in a bad position for our wrists and our upper back, and then as she finds that position in the bottom, she's going to stay in that bad position, barbells in front of her center of gravity, putting a ton of pressure on the back, making her possibly come into her toes, and the biggest strain is going to be on her wrist at this point as well. So remember, keep those elbows up as high as possible throughout the thruster so that we keep that barbell over the center of gravity. We can keep the pressure out of the wrist. Something else that we see a lot of times, give me that little early press. Just kind of go slow for me. People begin to press before they have hit full extension of the leg. What happens there is it turns into an inefficient movement. We burn out the arms very quickly, and we're not really getting as much power out of our legs and our core as we potentially could. So go ahead and give me another good rep here. So what we're looking for is full extension of that hip, letting the barbell start to float on its own, and then simply finishing the movement with her arms. Go ahead and give me a couple more to finish out. So driving from the front squat position, finishing over the back of the head in a nice stacked position, and nice smooth continuous reps. Good, you can go ahead and set it down. The last thing that I'll point out on the thruster is don't forget to breathe. This tends to be one of those movements that people pick up the barbell, they'll hit 4, 5, 6 reps before they even realize they've been holding their breath the whole time. We can get into some really fine details about how to cycle your breaths when doing thrusters, but for right now, all we're going to tell you is just continue to breathe throughout this movement. That's it for today. See you guys next time.